Hey everybody, how's it going today? Texas Redleg here. I want to do a video today on my home defense setup and my vehicle setup. Shout out to Mario who requested this video, and I just wanted to give him a shout out for that. I appreciate the interaction. And so I'll go ahead and get started here. So my personal home defense setup is this 45 ACP 1911. This is my bedside gun, and I have it loaded with some just 45 hollow points as well as some 45 shot shells, so the little bird shot shells. And the reason for that is if you wake up in the middle of the night, you're disoriented. The last thing you're trying to do is, aim center mass in the dark. I don't know many people that can do that if they don't practice at it routinely. I really don't, but I'm fairly confident in my shot placement. But to just stun somebody with the bird shot and then finish them off with a hollow point would be probably ideal, because once they get hit in the upper torso with that bird shot at close range, they're probably not going to want any more anyway. And if they do, they're going to get a hollow point after that. So at least you'll know where they're at. So that's my bedside gun. It pretty much just stays there. I do carry this as a concealed carry sometimes. It just depends. But again, I don't move weapons around too much. I kind of keep them where they're supposed to be, and that way I always know that they're there. And I have the luxury of, unlike a lot of people that may only have one firearm, I've got, a bunch, so I can do different things. So I'm not bragging. I'm just saying that, different setups for different people. I like to have things set in a place where I don't have to be changing out things in and out and making a bunch of different arrangements. So this is the way I do it. So again, this is my 45 ACP 1911. That's my bedside gun. Let me go over here to this 12 gauge pump. And it is very close to my location in the bedroom. It's in a hidden location. But it is loaded with actual bird shot. I use 7.5s or 8s, and one of the reasons for that is I don't want to be penetrating through walls and such, in my own home, and possibly hitting innocent people that aren't a threat. So it is loaded, and I have some extra shells there, but it is very close to where I sleep. And so, and it's hidden away from children that don't even know it's there. So it's up where they can't even get to it. So anyway, my home setup is again the 45, the 12 gauge, and then close by as well I have my AR. And this is a pistol type AR. It's loaded as well. We got the optic on it. But for home defense, especially at nighttime, this is my go-to right here. I want that shotgun. I'm not trying to win a contest. I just want to be accurate as possible and stop the threat. So I don't want to be spraying a bunch of AR rounds. I'm not an expert marksman, never pretended to be. It's nice to have the AR, in certain situations, and I love it, don't get me wrong. But as far as, practicality and effectiveness at night, home defense, you can't beat the shotgun, people. You just can't. Sorry. It's not as glamorous as the ARs and AKs, but something goes down, this is what I want. Okay. So we'll go out here to my vehicle, and I'll show you guys my my vehicle setup. Of course, with my vehicle, I always carry my concealed handgun with me, either on my person or in my backpack. And so I've got, options in that regard as well. So this is my SUV here, and you can see I've got my 12 gauge right here. It's in a scabbard tucked away. I've got this box here which allows me to store some of my equipment and tools and such. This is my body armor, my vest here. It's always in here ready to go, and I can just slide this thing out right here and we're ready to rock and roll. It is loaded, and I do run buckshot in this firearm because say I'm in a situation where I got vehicles around me and vehicles trying to run me down or whatever the case may be. Buckshot is going to penetrate radiators and windshields and things like that. So buckshot is a very effective round to against vehicles and vehicle parts as well as personnel. So I would encourage you, if you run a long gun such as a shotgun in your vehicle, I would definitely run buckshot rounds with it, and maybe mixing in some birdshot with it. As far as running an AR in your vehicle, I don't typically always do that. Again, you know, when things are going down, and sometimes it's not real convenient to be too accurate. So with a shotgun, you don't have to be good, you just got to be close, you know. And so that's an important factor to me. Just being close is good enough to stop the threat, and that's what you want to do in any situation. You don't want to, you know, you're not out to kill anybody, you're just out to protect yourself, your family, your property, and stop the threat. So again, this is my 12 gauge pump. Similar to the one that you saw inside. This has got the 6-way collapsible stock on it. Again, my body armor vest here, it's a level 3A soft armor. So you know, this is my vehicle setup. And again, I've always got my CCW with me, which is a 9mm subcompact Glock. And anyway, it's pretty nice to have that, but I'm used to carrying it all the time, so it's pretty much part of my body, it seems like. So I've got two options there, you know, inside the vehicle. And here's that Glock 26, if anybody's interested. So it's got the Pierce grip extender on it. So normally the 26, you only can get, you know, that stops right here. The base plate of the mag stops right here. So you can typically only get, you know, these two fingers on the grip. When you add the Pierce grip extender, it allows you to get all three on the firearm and control it better. And plus you get 2 more rounds. So this is actually a 12+1. 12+1, which is pretty damn good for a subcompact weapon. So that's my CCW. And again, I have plenty of extra mags for it. So just to recap, going straight back to the vehicle, you know, of course this Glock 26 is my subcompact CCW weapon, typical, everyday carry. And then my 12 gauge pump that I just showed you a minute ago from the vehicle. And this is my, if I go on a trip or something, I'll throw the AR in there too, but typically it's just the shotgun and the pistol. But for home defense, I've got my AR, which is close by, my go-to, which is my 12 gauge pump. Again, set in a place that's secure where kids can't get to it. They don't even know it's there. And then my 1911 45 ACP, loaded with hollow points and birdshot, the little shot shells that come made by CCI. And then of course, as I said before, I keep my home defense shotgun loaded with birdshot just because of over penetration through walls and doors. I don't want to hit anybody that's innocent bystander or a family member that's not in the fray. So birdshot is very effective against personnel. I wouldn't worry too much about that, but it does, you know, prevent a little, somewhat over penetration of walls and or, you know, injuring or killing of innocents. So anyway, that's my setup. Hope this video helps you guys. Appreciate any comments, like, share, and subscribe. Keep prepping, stack it deep. Long live the Republic.